Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have another mold to try. Can you tell what this is from looking at it? It is a snail mold. Obviously holds 12 ounces of resin. It's a big one, but this is going to hold succulents. Remember these from the other day that I didn't use? I'm like, what can I put them in? And then I remembered I have the snail mold I have not done yet. I got this from Let's Resin, and I'll link everything below like I always do. And don't forget the new coupon code I have for all of you, 10% off. So definitely use the code in my description box for them. I'm going to use my casting resin because this one can be poured an inch deep, and I know this is bigger than an inch deep. But it is not thick, and I have pushed the limits on that. I've pushed it to 3 inches and it still did not flash cure. So I'm going to push my limits again. Now this part here is just a support system for when you're pouring that much resin. It also has a support on the top of his head here. So that's what it'll be resting on when I pour 12 ounces. I was gonna put rock in there or some gravel of some sort, but I don't know. I was looking at my snowflake glitter, and these are iridescent shards of pinks and yellows and oranges. And I thought that might be really pretty inside clear resin. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to suck it up, and I'm going to use 12 ounces of resin today. I am going to use this big cup, and I'm going to test the limits on the vacuum chamber that I just got. I've been using it the past few days. So far, everything's good. I have not put 12 ounces in there. So I'll give you a time lapse of that one. These are the little succulents that are left over from the day that I did the hand giveaway. So these were left. I did glue this one on top of this one. So these were 2 separate ones. So that's glued together. Obviously, all of these will not fit in here because this is the area. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm either going to go with just the one or those. I'm not sure. We're going to figure it out as we go. You know, I don't always have a full plan. I have a partial plan, and my plan changes throughout the rest of the video. So I'm going to get my resin mixed up, and then I'll give you a little time lapse and see how the vacuum chamber does on 12 ounces of resin. And we will go from there. Wasn't that totally amazing, you guys? It just passed the test, like 12 ounces. Now, this is my casting resin, granted. It is thinner than my thick stuff. I will be testing it on my 4-hour cure, but look at that. There's not one bubble left. Those people don't even know I'm like reviewing it on YouTube. It's just a random one I picked up. They don't pay me to say this, but I'm like super excited that it's getting 12 ounces of resin clear. Even though I didn't really need to do it on this project because I'm putting all this glitter in, but I just wanted to see if it worked, and it worked. So then let me just clean this off so I can get this out of the way. And then we're gonna, actually, why am I cleaning it? I need to use it. I'm gonna mess up this beautiful clear resin. I'm gonna dump it in. I don't know how much. I'm just gonna use that whole container. I won't stir too much. I don't want to incorporate too many bubbles. But I want a lot, and well, look at that. It's got blues and greens in there. I want more than that. This is one of my flakes in my eBay store. If you guys are looking for flakes and you can't find them, I have them. Wondering if I should add some Elmer's glue just to make sure it's not gonna sink, because I don't want it to sink. Oh my gosh, I love those colors. I love opal. Obviously, you guys know I love opal by now, by the color choices I pick on my glitters all the time. And this has that opal iridescence. Really pretty. I'm gonna put more in. I'm sure you don't have to douse it like I'm dousing it, but I love glitter. Glitter in my veins. I think, I don't want to take a chance. I'm going to use my Elmer's glue trick that Daniel Cooper taught me. I always give him the credit, because without him, I would not know to do this. I'm going to put a couple drops, if I ever just open it correctly. And I'm going to make it like hair gel, so I'm pretty sure the flakes would float anyway, because they are extremely light. They are really, really, really light. So look at how thick that got. And because it's deeper than 1 inch, it will cure quicker than normal. I'm just hoping I don't get my first flash cure with it. We shall test that. But look at those colors. Oh my gosh. I better save some for another project. All right, put it away, Michelle. Put it away. Now we're just going to pour her in. Hopefully, I don't get bubbles down in his head. Maybe I'll do a little bit and push it around. I will have to paint his face. I have those acrylic markers I bought. So I'll paint his little eyes and whatever. I mean, you can embellish them however you want. Oh, I think this is going to be so pretty. And if these colors don't match those succulents, I may just make me some, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just make new succulents and pastel colors to go with them. I think I'm going to do that. Would you like to pour some succulents with me? Answer now, out loud. I can hear you guys. Wouldn't that be cool if we had televisions that you can interact with? I know a lot of you talk to me on your TVs. And the kids. I know the kids talk back to me. I hear it in the comments. I think that is so adorable. Oh gosh, did I not mix up enough? It doesn't come... Obviously, it's holding more than 12 ounces. I gotta mix up another couple ounces. Oh my goodness. All right. I obviously did not measure it right. It can hold... I'm gonna mix up anyway some for succulents. I think I'm gonna do like these pretty colors in them instead of just using random extras. Okay, I'm gonna mix up some more. So as I was mixing resin, what I should have done, but it's already mixed, so I'm not going to do it this time. I should have just let this cure, because this part that didn't fill is just the foot of the snail. I could have poured it a different color, but I'm not going to. I've mixed up 4 ounces, ran it through the vacuum chamber just to play. I'm just going to pour it in clear. Then I'm going to use the rest, and I'm going to make this one succulent. I decided to use the one with the little flower on top. So hopefully 4 ounces is enough. All right, that's full. So if you're new to my channel, that's what I do. I tell you my master plan in the beginning, and then I change it. I change it every time, almost every time. So I'm going to use colors that go with the holographics in there. And this is pink and aqua blue, and this is the holographic glitter by Let's Resin, and then the gold for the top flower. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to brush on the pink. No, I don't want a pink. I'm going to brush on blue down the edges, pour it with the pink. And this one I'm just going to pour with the gold. So I just need a little bit in here, because that little thing doesn't take very much at all. So I'm just going to mix the gold in with this one. But before I do that, I'm just going to take and swirl this because the glitter kind of... There we go. Got pushed down a little bit, so I want it everywhere. There are some bubbles I've created with this glitter. I see along his neck. Whoops! Don't wipe it off on there. Now it's dripping everywhere as I do it again. All right. I'm just going to put a pinch because this one would be impossible, I think, to brush in there. So I'm just going to pour it in. It probably won't have a great effect of holographics as it would if I brushed it in there. I do need some more though. So I'm hoping to get kind of a iridescent-y with the holographics for these things. So the last time I did these, I poured in a little bit and then I squished it around and poked it in all these spots. And then I didn't end up with as many bubbles. I still got a couple. But if you squish it around a lot, you seem to get rid of a lot of the bubbles in the edges and the tips of these things. And then I will paint on the blue. All right, that one. Got a little bit left over. And that chamber thing over there, I forgot to tell you how long the time lapse. It was less than 5 minutes for the 12 ounces. And for this 4 ounces that I just ran through, it was probably 3 minutes. All right, I'm just going to take a little brush and this powder, and I'm just going to get, maybe not this brush. I think I need a smaller one. Let me find one. I'm going to take this little tiny brush because I had a lot of cleanup to do the last time I did this. I'm just going to go down these little grooves, because if you look at succulents online, a lot of them have a couple colors in them. So that's what I'm going for. So here it is with the blue painted on. Now with the pink, you have kind of two options. One, I could brush it on the rest of the silicone and we'll probably get a really good holographic look to it. But do you want a holographic look? Or do you just want the pink is the question. So two, you could just pour it into the resin like I did this gold one. So all in favor of brushing it on the silicone, raise your hands now. Or don't raise your hands. All in favor of brushing it on the silicone, type in a number 1 now in the comments. And all in favor of pouring it into my resin for that look, type a number 2 in the comments. And let me see if I could read your minds. I will come back in a second and tell you what you guys all decided. It looks like you guys decided to brush it on. So that's what I'm going to do. I got a bigger brush. I'm just going to brush it on the rest of it. And if it goes over the blue, it doesn't matter because the blue is already stuck. So it's not going to move. It's not going to ruin the blue any, put it that way. So whatever's sticking to your silicone first, that's what you're going to get. So I hope you're all proud of yourselves if this comes out bad. Just kidding. I think it'll be beautiful. I just hope it goes with the colors inside the snail when it's all done. Look at the sparkle. I love these glitters. I wish they came in like 6-ounce jars instead of these little grams. All right. I think I'm going to leave it clear. I mean, you can coat it in black or a color. Actually, maybe I'll tint it pink just to make sure I get some pink out of this, which I don't think it's going to really matter, honestly, what color you tint it. I'm gonna tint it pink. Let me see what happens. This is so pretty. So pretty. Well, this is a first for me, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. All right, let me find a pink. Let's see, what do I got here? Should I use a alcohol ink or should I use a pigment? Oh, I have these new pigments I want to try, and it just happens to be in pink. I got these off of Amazon. I haven't tried the pink one yet, so let's try it. Maybe I didn't even open it yet. Nope, didn't even open it yet. We're going to try this pigment paste. Probably don't need much. It's probably kind of like white. It looks kind of saturated. It's almost like a bubble gum. It really is a bubble gum color. That looks pretty good. Didn't take very much. It's starting to warm up in the cup already. I'm going to just spray the bottom of this one. Not that it matters, it's the bottom. All right, I'm going to pour this in. Please have enough. Oh, good, I have enough. And a little extra. I have started filling officially the hand mold again today. So, depending on how many projects I do in the next month or so, will depend on how fast that gets given away. All right, it's time to just let it sit and do its thing. BRB. It has been a couple hours. It's time to unmold them. Let's see how they came out. It's a little still soft. It's still warm. It's not soft, it's just warm. Well, that's not too bad, but you don't really get the holographics mixed in. So I'm hoping, I need to trim that edge. I'm hoping the choice to paint it on that mold comes out better. I just over poured this a little bit, I think. I don't like those ones. Either I have bubbles in those leaves or I over poured it. I don't know. That mold is so small. Okay. It's okay. It's not the best. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, I think it's going to be pretty. Yeah. Look at that. It's sparkly. I think I should have used clear though. I'm not crazy about the pink underneath. It's not horrible, but I think if I would have used clear, it would have came out more pastel color. but it's not horrible. This is going to go on the top like that. The pink just came out. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I know you can't see it in person. I have a little trimming to do. All these little tiny parts got over poured. And if we don't like it with the snail, I can always go back and use the other ones I already had made. But I think it'll be okay. All right, now to get this snail out, I don't know. I didn't fill it up enough, I see, so I don't know if he's going to sit level. This one might be a little tricky. I'll probably need to spray alcohol down it. And Dawn is not awake to help me, so I'm on my own. Oh, I don't think it's going to be that bad, actually. Just roll it up over his back end. And then roll it up his neck. Oh, it's not too bad. I just don't want to break off his little antenna. I'm pretty good at breaking things off. I'm just going to spray this one. I don't want to break him. He is solid though. He's pretty. He's not soft at all. Here we go. Sorry, I know you can't see him, but I'm being extremely careful with his little eyes. I will be very upset if I pull his eyes off. Come on, little guys. They take longer to cure because they're a lot smaller. That's why I'm trying to... There's one. Got it. Okay, hang on. I gotta fix this guy so I could use him again. There we go. Set you over there. What do you think? I don't think it's too bad. What do you think about that? I think that's pretty good. It's better than, I don't know, is it better? Oh my gosh, you guys, you know what? This green one goes better. It goes better after all that. I like this green one better. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Which one do you like? The pink or the green? Oops. I like the green. I don't know what y'all are saying this time, but I like the green. So I went through all that for nothing. What can I put in here? I'm going to paint his eyes and his mouth. Looks like there's some other glitters in there. I'm going to paint his eyes and mouth, and then, I don't know. There are some bubbles in there, but you hardly can tell. What's that? A piece of glitter. I like him. Let me paint his eyes. Hang on. There he is. So I took a gold paint pen and I went around his little shell and acrylic markers, and I did his eyes and his little mouth. Well, I guess it's her mouth. She has lipstick on. So these are the acrylic markers. I will link them below. The gold. And I found this stuff that I've never used before. I've had it for quite a while. I don't know what it is. It doesn't even say on the jar what it is. So I'm going to fill that in here and mix up some resin and just place this right inside. And that's it. So I'm going to pour this in first and then mix the resin into this because I want to fill up the whole thing. Since I'm not using it as a catch-all tray, I want the plant to sit pretty high up in there. Maybe a little more. So I gotta be careful when I'm mixing resin in there. Actually, I guess I can mix it in a cup and pour it back in. And then I will put that in there. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, let me get a cup and some resin. So what I did while I was waiting, I mixed up my resin. I tried my fast cure in the vacuum chamber. And granted, it's 2 ounces, but the bubbles are gone. So I am so excited. I put a little bit of UV resin on his eyes and his mouth just to seal in that paint so it doesn't come off and it's dry. And I put this gravel in here. So I'm going to just add the resin to the gravel, not the other way around, because I don't want to add too much. I only want it coated. I do not want it swimming in there because I don't want like a clear layer of resin on the top of this stuff. It might take all 2 ounces, it might not. You don't have to put it through a bubble remover. I was just testing that machine. Obviously, it doesn't need it for this. But yeah, I'm so excited it's going to do that. I'm just going to get this all coated, which it'll take some more actually. I don't know what this stuff is. I found it at Michael's. And it was in the section of the, it's like a flower vase filler, I think. It's not sand and it's not rocks. I don't know what it is. But that's where I found it in case you guys are interested. It's actually going to take all of this, all 2 ounces. This stuff is pretty heavy duty. I don't know. There's a lot of pieces to cover. And clearly this is not going to change from today to tomorrow, so I will get you down to take a look before I take some final pictures of it tomorrow. Because it's just going to dry and that's it. Now watch, I won't fit it all in here now. I wish I knew what this stuff was. Oh, it's not wet down at the bottom. I want it as high as possible so my little plant sticks out. Yeah, it's all gonna fit. I probably could have used a 1/2 ounce more. But that's good. As long as it's wet with resin, my succulent will stick. I'm just going to kind of sink it in there. That way when it's dry, it ain't coming out. It's kind of... What do you think, guys? Was he cute? Cute little mold? I think he's adorable. All right, just squish him in and let him dry. That's it. Let me bring it down after I wipe my hands. Get you a couple pictures. Thanks for stopping in and watching today. There he is. It's a she. Adorable little face. And he's carrying around a succulent that's never gonna die. All right, you guys, stay tuned. You want to see the last pictures? Here they come. You guys all have a blessed day. Bye.